that is geared towards empowering women. Now, what we are saying in positive marriage is that as a result of the interactions you have in your relationship, as a wife, or maybe you're engaged, you are interacting with somebody, the opposite sex, who is somebody close to you. We are saying that ensure that you draw off the positive energy you have in that relationship, and do not emphasize on the negative energy that comes from the frictions that may occur as a result of those interactions. Because every interaction produces some form of energy. When there's friction, you radiate negative energy, negative vibes. Don't concentrate on that. The truth is that you may not be able to eliminate them. There will always be irreconcilable differences in every relationship because you're two separate individuals living under the same roof. Even twins have frictions. You can't get your spouse to see things exactly the way you see things. And the fact that you're even a woman, you see things differently from the way a man will see things. So our emphasis is those positive things, make them loud. Make them big enough to shield you from the storms that the negative vibes are producing because of the frictions from your interaction. That's why we call it positive marriage, positive relation. There's something positive in your relationship. Dwell on it. Amplify it. There will always be something that's not working. Kill it if you can. If you can't, live with it. Live with it, but there's something that is working. Make it big enough to shield you. Make it big enough for you to take, to take comfort in it. That positive area, that positive energy. Then the next thing is to bring it to bear on your health first and foremost. A lot of people are not doing well in the area of their health, not just because of what they are eating physically, but because of what they are eating in their mind. Their thoughts are so bad that it's poisoning them. Permit me to say, Proverbs 18:14 says that your spirit will provide comfort when you are not well. That's what it says. He said, but when the spirit is broken, he said you can't forbear. What it means is be strong on the inside. You may cry on the outside, and that's why you must learn to forgive. When you have cried, put it behind you and concentrate on those positive things again. That's our stance. Put it behind you. You may do, yes, there's nothing wrong with crying. As a woman, it's almost normal. You just cry. The things that may even make some people laugh, they make you cry. You're very emotional. It's fine. But don't let it break your spirit. Once it breaks your spirit, you have started dying. That's the truth. That's where the negative energy comes from. It begins to affect your health. So whatever had gone on in the bedroom, in the kitchen, anywhere, put up a good front. Forgive, forget, move on. Thank God we have the opportunity to put some powder on and look better than we may have looked when we were in the bedroom. Maybe a bit of lip gloss and eye pencil. Just put up a good front and actually let it come from inside. Let it come from inside. Be positive about your life. Be positive about your relationship. It may not have been exactly what you expected, but let it work for you. That's the third point we're saying. Let your relationship work for you, not against you. This is the third thing we're emphasizing in positive marriage. A lot of people, they are allowing their relationship to work against them. When I went on radio 2 Thursdays ago, I said it there, and I will say it here again. A man treats his marriage as a business unit. That's how he does. His marriage is a business unit. So whether he's working or he's not working, it does not affect his other businesses. It does not affect his career. He just takes all the energy and puts it into his career and becomes a high flyer. That's what men do. But women treat their marriage as destiny. The marriage had died, I have died. They will resign the job. They will resign. I mean, how many people, their husbands will quarrel with their mothers and siblings because of you? Happy. Even if they quarrel, they will still call their mom the next minute. They will still send bag of rice to their mom. You, because of a man, you and your mother is serious. You don't want to see your mom. She wants to scatter your marriage. You don't want to see your siblings. Because this marriage is the destiny for you. That's the way you say it. So when there's a little friction, you feel like, this is what I'm living for. And it's going to kill me. That's your mindset. No. Let your marriage work for you, not against you. And it's a choice. It's a choice. You don't need to go to school. The day you stand and say, this relationship has to work for me, not against me, you will see, you begin to make the right choices one day at a time. You will make the right choices. Your choice of words, the things you will say, let it work for you. And you must have something you are living for, not the marriage. Marital status, married, profession, housewife. How is that possible? So your profession now is housewife. Where did you go to school to learn to be a housewife? Which certificate did they give you? You don't have anything else you are living for but to be an housewife. That's where your frustration really is, not what your husband is doing. Because you have so much energy, but there's nowhere to put it. So you put it in getting angry at anything that happens. That's the truth. And my husband said that I should not work. If you don't want to work, it's an excuse. I remember when I got pregnant for my son. I had suffered 3 miscarriages because I was heading the warehouse for one computer company. So I told my husband, I'll have to resign. And that's where you must draw the line. And I told my employers, I said, I'm going home to make babies. They said, are you pregnant? I said, no, but the way the thing is doing me. After 3 miscarriages, it makes no difference if you're paying me $2,000. At this point in time in my life, I want to make babies. And it's obvious that this work pattern for me is not working with my body. Oh, they dragged me from April till like August. I got pregnant again. From the house, I sent the letter. I said, I'm not coming. What I'm asking for is balance. You know when you have to throw in the towel. So don't insist on walk, and then, the home front suffered. But you must be doing something. And when I left that work, I couldn't even, after 1 week, I felt they are taking a vital part of me away. I told my husband, I'm going to have to volunteer to teach in a school. So I approached one private school around my house. I said, I want to be a voluntary teacher. He said, what can you teach? I said, to start with English. And that's where I went. That's where I went. Leaving the house, going there to teach voluntarily. And I felt like I was, valuable. I was doing something. And that's what we're saying. You got to put yourself into something. If not, all the energy that you have inside, you will throw it at your husband and all you will get is anger. You don't know whether network stops the phone from calling through. He's not here. He has not called. You are just annoying yourself. You have energy. The interactions you have with your spouse produces energy. We are saying concentrate on the positive aspect of those interactions and make it work for you. Your health, your finances. You cannot plan with your husband's money for your family. I'm sorry. He has his family too. You go learn a trade or get a job if you want to pay your mother's house rent. It's not his responsibility. And if I don't tell you, I don't know who will tell you. You can't plan with this money to take care of your younger ones in school. Go make your own money. Go make your own money. That's as important as it is. He married you, no, I mean, okay, this is Africa, yes, you get married and then it's assumed that you married the family, but for God's sake, how can you sit there, you expect him to take care of you, take care of the children that you have had in that relationship, pay your mother's bill, pay your brother's school fees, what is the matter? And you still expect him to build a house that you will live with after 20 years in that marriage. Something is not working. Your marriage is not as bad as you see it. As a matter of fact, you need to go back and reappraise it, and you will find that you have so much to thank God for. Now, one thing I would like to say here is men respond to you. You are actually the one that leads the temperature at home, not the man. No man wants to drive through Lagos traffic, go to work, face a boss, get a query and still come back and quarrel with his wife. If it happens, we probably need to talk with that person. They want to come home to a home, not a house. They want to come to a wife, not a roommate. My space. And that's how we act a lot of times. My space. We are not saying it, but you're actually drawing boundaries in the house. You determine the temperature in your house. Whether it's hot or cold, it's actually in your hand. So those interactions that you have, you must pick out those good ones. Let me tell you, the frictions, you can reduce them, but you may not be able to eliminate them. By the time you do, you probably have turned your husband to a robot. Because you will differ on several issues. For the mere fact that he's a man and you're a woman, there's already a lot of issues to differ on. And then now talk of the fact that you people grew up, even if you grew up on the same street, in two different homes, there's still a lot to differ on. But you need to strike a balance and draw on the positive energy that comes from your interaction. Create it. And our motto is empowering women, igniting positive energy in relationship. Create the positive energies. Create it. Create the positive energy. How can you just sit down in the house, call yourself, your job is housewife? So all the energy you should have used to do something positive, you are using it to brew bitter leaf soup for your husband to come and swallow. You start picking on things that don't exist. He didn't even realize it. I've been calling you all day. You turned off your phone. Everybody knows the network issue. My phone has been on. You are suspicious. Okay, did you try sending a text message? Or you were flashing? Maybe you didn't even have it. You probably flashed 25 times. At that point in time, you didn't even know whether it was a board meeting, whether his job was on the line. You didn't know. You're just brewing negative things. It's a decision you must make. Even if it's one thing that is good in your marriage, make it big enough to cover you from all the bad things. Good is that strong. Good is that strong. I will say this thing, and this one I want to tell you now. Do I have your attention? Adultery is not the worst thing that can happen to your marriage. manage it. Imagine God gave you this beautiful thing like this. For whatever reason, somebody just came and yanked it off. And you begin to say, see now, they are taking it from me. Okay, that's how we relate with this issue sometimes. There's no attempt to say, this is my dream. And I'm going to keep it.